From a life of luxury to the shock of financial despair, Don Johnson's journey through fame and fortune has been anything but smooth. Once hailed as a Hollywood icon, he reached the pinnacle of success with his dynamic on-screen charm and dazzling lifestyle. However, even the brightest lights can dim unexpectedly. At the height of his career, he was among the A-listers, living in multi-million-dollar mansions, driving luxury cars, and seemingly untouchable. The image of success, however, was far from his reality. Beneath the polished exterior, financial troubles were brewing, and soon it all came crashing down. Bankruptcy dealt him a punishing blow, leaving him unable to pay essential living expenses. Lavish spending combined with questionable decisions and unanticipated setbacks created a storm he wasn't prepared for. It was a long way to fall for someone who had graced magazine covers and dined among the elite. The glittering jewels of the Hollywood crown turned into heavy burdens as debts mounted, forcing him to sell prized assets and reassess his lifestyle dramatically. What makes this story extraordinary isn't just the consequences of his choices, but the fact that it could happen to someone who seemed to have it all. His downfall became a cautionary tale about the volatility of fame and the fleeting nature of fortune. However, Don's journey didn't end with despair. He resolved to rebuild. Choices that once became his undoing became lessons, and even from rock bottom, he showcased resilience. Although he dropped out of the spotlight for a while, he eventually began to chart a new course, pursuing projects and ventures to regain his footing. His story became a narrative of survival, showing that even when life takes everything away, there's still a pathway forward. Don Johnson was born on December 15, 1949, in Flat Creek, Missouri. When he was 6 years old, his family moved to Wichita, Kansas. His father worked as a farmer, while his mother had a job as a beautician. Growing up, Johnson faced challenges at home. His father had a violent temper, which created a tense atmosphere. This environment contributed to the strain in his parents' relationship. When Johnson was just 12 years old, his parents separated, marking a significant change in his life. The impact of his father's behavior and the family dynamics shaped Johnson's early years, influencing his outlook on life and his future career. Despite these difficulties, he found ways to channel his experiences into his work, eventually becoming a well-known actor. His early life experiences would later inform the characters he portrayed on screen, adding depth to his performances. The struggles he faced during his formative years played a crucial role in shaping the man he would become. The early life of Don Johnson presents a compelling portrait of resilience and determination. Born into challenging circumstances, Johnson's childhood was anything but easy. Raised in an unstable household, his formative years were marked by emotional turbulence. By the age of 12, his parents had divorced, leaving him in an environment that lacked stability. Feeling the weight of his circumstances, a young Johnson often grappled with feelings of unhappiness and frustration. At the pivotal age of 16, he decided to carve a different path for his life. Leaving home without a concrete plan, he faced the harsh realities of the world independently. Balancing the struggles of fending for himself while completing high school speaks to the grit and character he had started building at this tender age. Through sheer perseverance, Johnson managed to finish his high school education despite the immense pressures. This milestone marked the beginning of an ambitious journey toward his passion for acting. His drive and budding talent earned him a partial scholarship to the University of Kansas, where he joined a summer drama program. Recognizing his potential, he was granted a full ride and became a drama major. Immersed in the world of theater, his time at the University of Kansas gave him the foundation for honing his skills. During this period, his zeal for acting only grew stronger, even though he faced personal struggles and uncertainties about his direction. Despite the opportunities, Johnson's restless spirit and desire to immerse himself further into the craft of acting led him to make a difficult decision. He left the University of Kansas during his sophomore year, choosing instead to seek opportunities where he could truly bring his aspirations to life. His journey took him to San Francisco, where he joined the American Conservatory Theater. A renowned establishment, the theater offered Johnson a platform to refine his craft in a more immersive environment. This decision, bold yet reflective of his commitment to chasing his dreams, set him on the path to pursuing acting as a professional career. The move not only showcased his aspirations, but also a growing confidence in pursuing opportunities aligned with his talent and interests. Despite early attempts to break into Hollywood, Don Johnson faced significant struggles as he sought to establish himself as a recognizable actor. His career began garnering some attention with roles in films like The Magic Garden of Stanley's Sweetheart in 1970, a movie noted for exploring the counterculture of the time, but it failed to catapult him into stardom. In the following years, he appeared in projects such as Zachariah, billed as the first electric western, and The Harad Experiment, which was part of the genre of youth-oriented experimental films. While these roles showcased Johnson's talent and gave him invaluable experience, they did little to elevate his status in Hollywood, leaving him striving for the breakthrough he hoped would come sooner. During this period, Johnson was also known for his work on the stage. His theatrical performances further demonstrated his commitment to the craft of acting. Still, he remained largely under the radar in the film and television industry, taking on smaller roles and supplementary projects that did not capture widespread public or critical acclaim. His earlier performances, though performed with diligence, lacked the widespread visual visibility that Hollywood stardom often demands, and the frustration of near misses loomed over his early career. However, the trajectory of Johnson's life changed dramatically in 1984, when he was cast as Sonny Crockett in the hit television series Miami Vice. This role proved to be a career-defining moment for him, elevating him from relative obscurity to international fame. The show's trendy depiction of crime in Miami during the 1980s, paired with its gritty storytelling, found immense popularity with viewers all over the world, and Johnson became a household name. His portrayal of the suave, stylish detective anchored the series, making him an icon of the era and earning him accolades, including a Golden Globe Award. It took nearly a decade and a half of grinding through less notable roles for Johnson to see the fruits of his labor, but his perseverance ultimately paid off as his performance solidified his status as a major talent in the entertainment industry. Johnson's role as Sonny Crockett in Miami Vice made him a star. The show, which aired in the 1980s, was groundbreaking in its approach to storytelling, blending crime drama with a stylish aesthetic that captivated audiences. The use of music was particularly revolutionary, featuring contemporary hits that not only set the mood, but also became integral to the narrative. This innovative approach helped to elevate the series beyond typical cop shows of the time. Johnson's portrayal of Crockett, a suave and tough undercover detective, resonated with viewers, showcasing his charisma and acting skills. His performance earned him significant recognition, including a Golden Globe Award and an Emmy nomination, solidifying his status in Hollywood. The show's unique cinematography, characterized by vibrant colors and dynamic camera work, further contributed to its cultural phenomenon status. Miami Vice not only defined a generation of television, but also left a lasting impact on popular culture, with Johnson at the forefront of this iconic series. After his acclaimed role as Sonny Crockett in Miami Vice, Don Johnson transitioned seamlessly into a variety of projects that solidified his presence in television and film. Among these endeavors, one of the most notable was his lead role in the series Nash Bridges, which aired from 1996 to 2001. In Nash Bridges, Johnson played the titular character, a savvy and resourceful San Francisco police investigator. This show combined humor, wit, and crime solving, allowing Johnson to again captivate audiences with his charisma and depth as an actor. In 2005, he took a turn in the legal drama genre with Just Legal, where he portrayed an experienced and cynical lawyer mentoring a young genius. The series presented a nuanced depiction of mentorship and the moral complexities within the legal world, showcasing Johnson's ability to handle layered and mature roles. Beyond television, Johnson explored diverse paths in theater and film. He starred as Nathan Detroit in a West End production of the classic musical Guys and Dolls. This step into musical theater highlighted his versatility and ability to take on a completely different genre, earning him praise for his performance. On the big screen, Johnson appeared in the action-packed film Machete, where his engaging delivery and unmistakable screen presence shone through in a gritty and intense storyline. In Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained, he portrayed a plantation owner, bringing depth to a character with sharp wit and an authoritative demeanor, all within the film's bold exploration of historical themes. He appeared in Cold in July, a dark and gripping thriller, further adding to his portfolio of complex movie roles. Johnson also left a significant impression in the critically acclaimed HBO series Watchmen. His role in this innovative and layered series allowed him to contribute to a narrative that redefined superhero lore with socio-political underpinnings, proving his knack for taking on roles in groundbreaking productions. In recent years, Don Johnson has continued to impress with his diverse roles, highlighting his versatility as an actor. In 2018, He was part of the star-studded cast of Book Club, a comedy that showcased his charm and ability to captivate audiences. The following year, he took on a role in Knives Out, a critically acclaimed murder mystery that allowed him to display his talent in a different genre. In 2021, Johnson ventured into the world of sitcoms with Kenan, where he brought his unique charisma to the small screen, adding a new dimension to his career. Additionally, he reprised his iconic role in a Nash Bridges TV film, reminding fans of his enduring presence in the industry. Beyond his professional achievements, Johnson's love life has also been a topic of interest. He has been married 5 times to 4 women, a testament to the complexity of his personal relationships. One of his most notable marriages was to actress Melanie Griffith, with whom he shares a daughter, Dakota Johnson. Dakota has followed in her parents' footsteps, carving out a successful acting career of her own. Johnson's current wife is Kelly Flager, and their enduring relationship has brought him stability and happiness. Together, they have 3 children, further enriching his personal life. Johnson's romantic history includes relationships with several other notable women. Among them is Patty D'Arbanville, an actress and model with whom he has a son. Despite the ups and downs in his love life, Johnson has maintained a level of resilience and continues to thrive both personally and professionally. His journey through Hollywood has been marked by numerous milestones and memorable moments, reflecting his ability to adapt and remain relevant in an ever-changing industry. Turning his life around was no small feat for Don Johnson, who battled for years with the grip of addiction. Struggling with a destructive lifestyle marked by excessive alcohol and drug use, Johnson found himself at a crossroads. His relationship with Patty D'Arbanville was a vital support system during this tumultuous period. With her encouragement and unwavering presence, he committed to a rehabilitation program, successfully completing it over the course of 45 days. This transformative experience not only led him to sobriety, but also redefined his priorities and outlook on life. Emerging from rehab, Johnson was cast as Sonny Crockett in the hit television series Miami Vice, a role that forever altered the trajectory of his career. The opportunity to play the iconic detective served as a fresh beginning, revitalizing his career when it seemed uncertain. Fully embracing the role, he adopted a rigorous workout routine and a disciplined lifestyle, replacing the chaos of addiction with a focus on health and fitness. Johnson's portrayal of Crockett didn't just earn him accolades, it became a symbol of contemporary cool and sophistication, solidifying his place in pop culture history. This dual journey of personal redemption and professional success showcased Johnson's determination to overcome adversity. By confronting his demons head-on, he not only salvaged a career that had been on the verge of collapse, but also set an example of resilience and transformation. His dedication to a healthier way of life became evident not only in his performance, but in the lasting impression he left on those who admired him. In the face of immense challenges, Johnson's recovery and career resurgence remain a testament to his enduring perseverance. In November 2002, Don Johnson, best known for his roles in Miami Vice and Nash Bridges, became embroiled in a major controversy while traveling near the German-Swiss border. During a routine customs check, officers discovered a suitcase in his car containing credit notes, securities, and other financial documents amounting to a staggering $8 billion in value. He was traveling with an entourage, which included individuals described as a financial advisor, a personal assistant, and another unidentified companion. Johnson, reportedly heading to visit a Mercedes-Benz factory, made headlines worldwide as authorities launched an investigation to determine if the actor was involved in money laundering or other illicit activity. The incident quickly captured the media's attention, casting a shadow over Johnson's public image. German customs authorities expressed immediate concerns. The unusually high sums noted in the documents triggered speculations about their authenticity and their purpose, with authorities initially considering the possibility of large-scale international financial misconduct. As news spread, the media amplified the allegations, and Johnson's association with the money became a subject of intense scrutiny and public debate. Johnson, however, vehemently denied any wrongdoing. In interviews and public statements, he insisted that the financial documents were not his, and claimed he was merely acting as a courier for potential investors he was meeting. Specifically, Johnson explained that the paperwork belonged to others traveling with him, and consisted of investment-related materials rather than evidence of illicit transactions. Adding a personal dimension to the story, he vehemently declared that his involvement was a misunderstanding blown out of proportion by overzealous media outlets seeking sensationalist narratives. Despite the actor's defense, Johnson's detainment at the border fueled conjecture about his financial standing. Questions arose about why a Hollywood star was surrounded by documents involving sums far beyond personal or business means. Although Johnson was ultimately cleared of all charges by German authorities, and no evidence of criminal activities emerged during the investigation, the ordeal left a lingering mark on public perception. His association with the incident created an air of suspicion that was difficult to shake, and the sheer enormity of the financial allegations ensured they would remain a defining facet of his career in the years to follow. In the aftermath, the media stayed focused on Johnson's financial woes, as the revelation of this incident aligned with other struggles he faced, including lawsuits and bankruptcy proceedings. While the findings in the card did not link Johnson to any crimes, the details of the event damaged his reputation as fans and industry professionals alike were left questioning the complexity of his financial entanglements. The 22 scandal became a rare anomaly in the world of celebrity controversies, where an actor's life intersected with allegations of billion-dollar dealings, even if unwittingly. Despite having millions from years of acting success, Don Johnson's extravagant lifestyle eventually caught up with him, leading to financial ruin. Frequently recognized for his bold portrayal of Detective Sonny Crockett in the beloved series Miami Vice, his income once propelled him to incredible heights of wealth. However, his penchant for lavish spending far outpaced his earnings. Johnson maintained numerous luxury homes, indulged in rare collectibles, and famously racked up exorbitant bills, a reported $30,000 wine budget being one stark example of excess. Moreover, these spending habits mounted atop continuous legal battles and financial mismanagement, creating a web of mounting liabilities. In 2004, financial woes brought Johnson to the brink of collapse. Having borrowed significant sums, he filed for bankruptcy, owing $1 million to City National Bank, to protect his assets from creditors. His luxurious Woody Creek Ranch in Colorado, valued at $20 million, seemed to encapsulate both the peak and downfall of his affluence, nearly heading to auction before swift last-minute maneuvering averted the foreclosure. Over the years, poor financial planning only exacerbated the situation, forcing him to continuously patch holes in an ever-leaking fiscal ship. Courts surfaced details of unpaid bills, including a suite of cases involving grocery tabs, market debts, and private creditors, showcasing the erratic spending that rendered bankruptcy inevitable. Despite sparring with foreclosures, lawsuits, and public revelations about his spending habits, Johnson's struggle serves as an emblem of how the heights of fame and fortune make no guard against financial collapse when discipline fades. In 2024, Johnson faced a significant challenge when he encountered foreclosure on his Woody Creek Ranch, a situation that arose due to debts totaling $10.6 million. This financial crisis put immense pressure on him, but he managed to pay off $14.5 million just hours before the auction, ultimately saving his beloved property. His rise to fame, particularly with the iconic television series Miami Vice, brought not only success but also a heavy burden. The spotlight led him into a party lifestyle characterized by substantial alcohol and drug use. This lifestyle, while glamorous on the surface, masked the darker side of fame that Johnson struggled with. The pressures of being a public figure took a toll on his personal life, affecting relationships and his overall well-being. The juxtaposition of his success and the challenges he faced illustrates the complex nature of fame and its impact on individuals. Despite a life marked by dramatic highs and lows, Don Johnson's perspective remains one of heartfelt appreciation for the career that transformed his existence. Breaking onto the scene with the iconic Miami Vice TV series, Johnson shot to fame as James "Sonny" Crockett in the 1980s. Yet, even as success embraced him, his personal journey often skirted the tumultuous edges of both triumph and despair. While he reached dazzling heights in Hollywood, the shadows of financial instability, personal missteps, and emotional upheavals frequently loomed. His rise to stardom belies a background of struggle, growing up amid modest circumstances, and navigating an early adulthood riddled with both rebellion and resilience. Johnson's entry into entertainment was not instantaneous, but came after years of perseverance in high school plays and initial, unnoticed roles in film. However, success did not shield him from difficulties. By the 1990s, despite celebrated roles and multiple ventures, his financial mismanagement and trust missteps led to a cascade of monetary losses, eventually bringing him to the brink of bankruptcy. This landscape of professional acclaim marred by periodic defeat came with its lessons. Johnson openly acknowledges the bittersweet clarity success can bring when juxtaposed against personal turmoil. Reflecting on his past, he describes his life as a blur, often clouded by demands and distractions that fame magnifies. Despite these moments, he harnessed new strengths. The misadventures of his early years as a Hollywood outsider transformed into a narrative of enduring resilience. Perhaps one of Johnson's most commendable traits has been his resilience. Financial pitfalls can shatter careers or erode reputations, yet Johnson clawed his way back, not allowing fiscal setbacks to define his talents or scar his ability to rise anew. As of recent years, he has embraced refreshing roles in unconventional films like the critically acclaimed Knives Out, which helped redefine his career trajectory, proving the continuing allure of his craft. Touching on more profound reflections, Johnson often speaks of gratitude. Having weathered the storms of public scrutiny and brokenness, his life now sheathes wisdom about navigating Hollywood's transience and resisting the allure of excess. In his later interviews, he talks about his understanding that even a chaotic life can be a contender for redemption. Through family and renewed passions, he stays grounded. These experiences, from painful misjudgments to triumphant second acts, shape an ongoing